Learn how to make a pancake style wreath using one of our wreath kits. Each kit includes all the materials needed to make the wreath. Cut your ribbons at 12 inches, and for the mesh, I cut the green mesh at 18 inches and the maroon mesh at 10 inches. I'm going to start with the back bigger ring, and I'm going to take the 18-inch piece of mesh first, and I'm going to accordion gather it right down the center, and I'm going to place it onto the larger back ring of the wreath form. I'm going to twist it on, and then I'm going to take the two cut edges and overlap them, and I kind of curl the edges all the way around facing downward away from me. So it should look like this. Now we're going to take the next 18-inch piece, we're going to go to the next peg over, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to gather it down the center. We're going to twist it into the peg, and it'll overlap onto that the last one we did, but that's not a big deal. So you overlap your cut edges, give it that quick curl under, and it lays over the previous mesh. We're going to continue doing this all the way around the back of the wreath form. Now that I have finished adding in all of the green mesh, we're going to go to the maroon mesh that was cut at 10 inches, and I'm just going to make a tight roll out of each piece. So we roll it up tightly, and I'm going to add it right on top of one of the green pegs. Give it a nice tight twist, and then I'm going to push it downward so that's kind of in deep in the wreath. Now you take your next piece of mesh, give it a tight roll, twist it in, and again I'm going to kind of push it downward to get it nice and snug. And I'm just going to keep doing this along the whole back of the ring. Now that I've finished putting them in the back ring, we're going to move on to that top smaller ring, and I'm going to grab the green mesh and just continue doing it the same way I did on the back bigger ring. So we're going to gather it down the center, add it right onto that top ring, give it a twist. Again, we're going to overlap the cut ends of the mesh, and I'm going to kind of curl it downward. Then we're going to go to the next peg and continue doing this all the way around the front smaller ring. Now that I've finished putting in all of the green pieces, I'm going to continue on doing the maroon rolls right on top of all of these pegs. The next step is going to be ribbon. I cut them into 12-inch pieces. They're in groups of 3, and I'm going to pinch them in and just add them right on top of the top ring of the wreath. I twist it, I tuck the remaining branch under, and then I kind of spread out all of the ribbons and give them a little shaping. Now I'm going to move on to my next peg, and I'm going to grab the next group of ribbon. And I kind of just crisscross them, spread them all out, pinch it down the middle, twist it in, tuck it, and then I just kind of fan them out, give them a slight curl, and I just kind of shape it how I want. I'm going to continue doing this all the way around that top ring until I fill them all in. Alright, this is what it looks like after I finish putting in all of the ribbons. The next and final step is going to be adding in the sign. I added these mounting squares on the back with some wire, and I'm going to figure out where I want it on the wreath and then use the wire to tie the sign onto the wreath form. After I tie in my sign, I just take a quick look around the wreath and I kind of fluff up ribbons and make sure none are hiding behind the sign, and I just get it to how I want it to look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Order a wreath kit today at shopdesignerdiy.com. We have so many different kits for every holiday, every season. Thank you for watching, and make sure to follow our shop.